Welcome back to another episode of the TFL Long-Term Truck. And if you recall, in the last episode, we basically sent a love letter to Ford. We had the Raptor bashing through snow in the mountains. It was just really fun to film, but it wasn't a critique. So coming up next on the Fast Lane Truck, I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I like about the Raptor and the top 5 things that need improvement. Most of these things that I'm going to tell you don't just apply to the Raptor, but apply to any F-150. So number 5 of my top 5 things that need improvement is this, the tailgate. Not the tailgate specifically, because as you may know, the tailgate is the most stolen item on a pickup truck. It's this, the fact that you can lock it. That means it's hard to steal. Of course, in a comparably equipped Ram, the locking of the tailgate is part of the truck's central locking system. And I think for $50,000, we can move beyond the key, Ford. Number 4 on my list of top 5 things that need improvement is the interior quality. This plasticky elephant skin. Last time I saw something this cheap and plasticky was probably on a, 30-year-old AMC Pacer. And check this out. This is my iced tea cap. It's pretty sturdy. It's about the same amount of plastic and quality as this 4-wheel drive and this 12-volt lever. I mean, that's just silly cheap. Come on, Ford. On a $50,000 truck, you can put in some better parts than that. Yes, we purchased this long-term truck, but we're journalists here, so that doesn't mean we shy away from taking a hard look at what needs improvement. So number 3 is, and you can probably guess this, right here, Ford's sync system. It's just not ready for prime time yet. Ford has been developing it, making it better, but for instance, these buttons are tiny. They're the size of my fingertip. Imagine trying to turn on the heated seats, which I love, by the way, when you're driving. Half the time you hit the air-conditioned seats by accident. It needs to be amplified, if you know what I'm talking about. It needs to have that user interface that's friendly and easy to use, and right now, it's still convoluted and complicated. 4 hooks, nearly not enough. Come on, Ford, you can do something better. How about an integrated rail system that lets me attach my bike, my motorcycle, perhaps even an ATV to this bed without having to struggle to find places to tie down to? All right, you can probably guess the number 1 thing, and that is 12.7 mpg combined. That's what I'm getting driving this thing around town and bashing it out in the mountains. So let me put that into perspective for you. The Raptor, the bigger, longer wheelbase one, has a 36-gallon fuel tank, and at about $3.50 a gallon, that means that you have to take your credit card and swipe it twice in order to fill up the tank when it's empty, because it's going to be over $100. In fact, about $120 to fill this thing up. And every time you do that, you feel the pain. All right, so we've established that it's a little expensive to maintain. The interior is sort of cheap. There are not enough tie downs, and sync can be a pain in the butt. But all that is mitigated by the top 5 things that are really good about the Raptor or the F-150. Let's start with number 5 right now. Check this out. This seat is all the way back, and look how much room I have. Look how much headroom I have. Look how much shoulder room I have. There is more room in the inside of this Raptor than there is in most full-size or uber full-size luxury cars. In fact, this is one of the most roomiest vehicles that I have sat in, well, in the last year and a half. It is extremely comfortable, and it is extremely roomy, so if you're a big guy like me, this is the place to be. Just listen to that burble of that 6.2 liter V8. I know I moaned and I whined about the fuel economy, but this sound makes it all worthwhile. And when you get on the power and you're driving it, there's this deep, raspy roar that comes through the truck that just puts a huge smile on your face. This is well worth the cost of entry. Now, we've established that some of the interior quality of some of these materials, not so great, but I'm lucky enough to drive a different car and truck every week, every month, every year, and I have to tell you that the interior noise level, the quiet of this truck on a daily basis, well exceeds many luxury German and Japanese sedans, not to mention American rivals. Check out this aggressive pattern on these BF Goodrich tires. This is my number 2 favorite thing about the Raptor. Not only are they aggressive, but they're quiet, they're comfortable, and they really bite into the snow. And I think they're a perfect complement to these Fox shocks that Ford installed in the Raptor. The number 1 thing I love about the Raptor is just how it drives. Some journalists have called it wallowy. Yes, it's wallowy, but here's the brilliant thing about the Raptor. It drives like a 1970s American luxury car, which for a 1970 American luxury car would be a bad thing, but for a pickup truck that makes you feel like you're on top of the world and you can go jump across the Grand Canyon is a great thing, because I would have no issues taking this on an all-day, all-week cross-country road trip. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Did I forget to mention the incredibly good Sony sound system? And speaking of how it drives, I think it's time to take it for a ride. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Truck. See you guys next time. I've got the Grand Canyon to jump.